A very bizarre culture appears to be getting entrenched here in the center of Kampala, where men are being raped by not just fellow men, but also women, a situation not common in our previous cultural setup.
The shift in way of life in Uganda has been classified as modernity, or rather a move towards fitting in a world described by scholar Marshall McLuhan as a global village, a world where uniformity rules the social sphere. And as such, men in Kampala have had to brace for what many have called tough times, not in relation to the economy, but because of the different definitions of smartness that have come with modernity. With human rights and the right to freedom of choice backing what the ladies have embraced in terms of dressing, many have been forced to simply stare, playing the gentleman as they allow the ladies to enjoy their rights. That has gained acceptance, with no clear line between the acceptable and crossing the red line. A new threat, or rather a double threat, has since brought its ugly head to the social, putting many men on their toes, yet swept under the carpet with the assumption that men are safe. There are women in the city who have bravely done the unthinkable, brave enough to attempt to even rape men by the fall of night. It sounds quite not real, but Ismail, a resident of Machinde, shares his experience on how he survived the wrath of unruly women in Machinde.
They tried to grab me, like one of them grabbed me at first, and I told her, hey, just leave me, I'm going home.
Many would dismiss it as a case of humor, but men have had to fight to avoid being violated by women, not only at night, but also in several places of residence.
I tried to fight these ladies, and that's how I tried to survive, but there were like 6 or 7.
This has forced many to devise ways of staying safe, of avoiding falling prey to these types of women.
What man can do, woman can do anyway. So it's not really that hard, only that if you're a weak girl or woman, because you can look at a man who is mugged. Of course, there's no way I'll rape a mugged man. But I could look for an option.
The second threat is from fellow men who do not spare, whether young or old. Some have done the unthinkable, stooping low to seduce underage boys into adult conduct.
I really don't know why a woman can just go into such a situation. I really don't know that.
A bigger threat has also emerged from fellow men who have gone the extra mile to either forcefully grab unsuspecting men and engage them in acts against the order of nature, with the polite words being sodomy or homosexuality, but the crude reality is being raped by a fellow man. Some have resolved to use cunning ways and drag targets before violating them against their wish.
I think that's like moral decadence in the society. I can't imagine a fellow man when there are many women around and you find fellow men raping other men.
Reports have also emerged that there is an increment in the number of hideouts or gay hangout places where such brutal acts are committed against men. Gone are the days when only women feared the dehumanizing act of rape. Men face double threats from both a section of unruly women and fellow men. Others have argued that the time is ripe for men's rights activists to swing into action, as the rule of the game has changed. Sabit Joseph, WS Television.